Hello, everybody, and happy Father's Day. So it was a really fun day. Um, yeah, it's a great day. Bittersweet though, because I just recently found out that one of my friends had passed away that was a dad, and it's pretty sad. Actually passed away a while ago, and that's what's even more ridiculous is I had fallen out of communication, and I just didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, the other day thinking like, you know, and the more I do things with my own kids, I'm like, I wonder how so and so's doing. How his parenting's going. Maybe we could exchange some funny stories, and I go look at his Facebook page, and it's all these people saying that they miss him. And it's like, and I wish I could say that that's the first time I've seen that, but excuse me. The fact of the matter is, ugh. Yeah, I think I'm going on like at least like 9, 10 friends that passed away like kind of recently. So, anyways, be careful out there. Be safe. Let's see. Actually, I'm thinking we should do like what we're on season 4. I don't know. I've been playing more Fortnite and stuff too, so it's like, it's kind of like Drew Carey's "Whose Line Is It Anyway?" Like the points are made up, or so something's made up and the points don't matter, or everything's made up and the points don't matter. There you go. And he'll constantly like award them like 1,000 points to Wayne Brady or 1,000 points to Brian Collin, or I forget the rest of them. But anyways, my point being is these musings, for whatever they are, journals, what have you, or brainstorming, and kind of the rubber ducking. It could be called the rubber ducking show, definitely, because because I did a bit of streaming there for a while, and it was fun, but it's a different vibe, a different feeling when you're like actually talking to people. And don't get me wrong, it's fun, and especially like I do want to get to a point where I could like do a channel or something and have people come and ask questions, like maybe carve out an hour or two every weekend. I'm still kind of adjusting my schedule, and like I thought I had it adjusted, and then summer happened, so but I'm getting there. I'm trying to like front load as much as I can. Like, let's just take computer science and coding, for example. The tutorials I'm working on for that, I have, what is that, like 2 half-hour videos of actual coding, and then 2 like hour long, or no, I think I kept those to half an hour. Anyway, so we've got about like 4 videos in the Python section, which is a good start. That'll get people at least motivated or enough resources. And I know like there's other people out there teaching Python and stuff. It's like people are stumbling over themselves, tripping over themselves. In fact, there is a guy that he wrote a bunch of really famous Python books, and like they're pretty popular on the Amazons and everything. But yet he gives you the digital copy for free, but then you can buy it off of Amazon, kind of like to like support him or what have you. Or but yeah, so it's interesting. Well, and like I mentioned a couple videos ago, like the whole idea of Fang jobs being um, not unstable, but in inefficient for sure. But unsustainable. There you go. It's unsustainable as a business model to pay several engineers hundreds of thousands of dollars every. When your business is, granted, Amazon's making tons of money, so yeah, they've been able to, and same with Google and like all that. But look at what Oh, I'm good to cube it all up. Let's trade this out. So I don't know. I'm just thinking like if we alleviate the friction on the front end and make it to where engineers aren't so expensive, but then at the same time you got to alleviate it on the back end with, okay, well, let's make everything less expensive. Well, easier said than done. There are alternative things and methods that we can do to achieve similar outcomes. And by that I mean, hey, let's go fill a pyramid while we're talking, just so we can really flex. Or actually, better yet, let's just build a whole nother pyramid. Wait, let's take that last one. Because then people might see this, be like, oh, no way, why does he have so much like this? Like, he actually thinks he's going to fill up like this? Well, it's been known to happen. So, anyways, no, it's just the idea of making education free and accessible. For everybody. Then that way there's literally no barriers to a pursuit of happiness. You can learn any job skill, any training. Look at the llama go. Oh, it's a 6 sec. Boom. It almost looks like he's about to do a kickflip too on some of those jumps. Like, but I was talking about maybe filling that one in, but as right after I said that, I do like how I made this just a simple platform. You can't fall off because it's like, I mean, you can fall in the middle, but It's hard to see from the thing. But anyways, if you look at the bigger one, it is also hollow. Very, or much bigger. Oh, jeez. This looks like a Dark Souls arena or something. So, or an Idiocracy, the stadium thing. Anywho, um, yeah, let's not fill that in because this could be fun, like a project. Like it could be stairs. I'd have to find like the middle and cut down and kind of like I did. Yeah, let's try that. But anyways, it's like untangling a bunch of cords, and I've been saying that a lot more lately because you can't just pull on a cord and for fear of ripping it or breaking it or something, or making it. And granted, now we're getting more generic with our. Let's see, I don't want it on. Does it matter? Let's see, what does this look like? Oh, so it's like the actual top. If I had. Let's see. There. Because even that, oh, it's very dangerous. But then we could even do. Oops. I thought I might do something like that. Notice I'm still crouched. Every now and then, like, I'll stop, make sure I'm not moving, and then just, like, stand up and sit down just to make sure. Because, I mean, that's a lot of heavy lifting, the trust that I'm not going to go falling to my death. And that is death. So let's actually go ahead and put that there, put that there. There. Similar to, like, that one, you cannot fall to your death. So, anyways, yeah, barriers to education, they're problems created by solutions that we didn't realize were going to create other problems, or we did realize they were going to create other problems, and still decided it was worth pursuing um, for a number of reasons. Operations, like the idea of all of the things, or DevOps, that's whole, which I still feel like I don't fully understand. But I mean, when I was looking more into it, because I have a couple of buddies that do DevOps, I've never actually really asked them what they do. I just kind of assume it's all like IT and software and tech or oof. And that's interesting. Only the one's starting to oxidize or oxidate. So let's see. Maybe we can even do like a whole Emerald City. Although I kind of want to let's get a bunch of junk blocks so I can build a. There. Anyways, it doesn't really matter because, I mean, people are, like I said, they're scrambling over themselves to try to provide educational materials. Like, I got another buddy who is just starting up a Twitch that, like, he has his own personal training company, like, or he's a personal trainer. Has a really, like, a professional weight room at his house, I think, like, I don't know. Basically has been going to the gym religiously for, I don't know, decades now. And so, anyways, and I thought about even doing some stuff like that. I can definitely give pointers. Like, I mean, I took weights, games and weights all 4 years of high school. And of course, everybody does PE, but I specifically chose games and weights for my electives because, well, I mean, because doing football and sports, like, you kind of had to spend a lot of time in the gym. So, let's see. Oh, yeah, no, we were on this even taller one. So. But anyways, just making it accessible, understandable, and reducing as much friction as possible because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Like you can provide all of the educational materials, you can teach everything for free and for everything. And that's the funny thing now I've even found is like people are skeptical of it being actually like quote unquote really free. So they're even hesitant to be like, oh, I'll even look at your free tutorial or I guess if there isn't a price tag or a pressure applied to it, then it's hard for some people to, myself included, really. It's kind of weird. Like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I want to say that was 9, including the. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So we figure about just kind of make it uniform. So 8, 9. Ah, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know. The problem is like, yeah, making people trust that what you're saying is worth it. 1, 2, 6, 7. And I was also thinking about like Trump University a little more. Like, I mean, not having gone by any means or just hearing about like it being a scam. But even then, I'm thinking like, I mean, was it really or was it even intended to? Because I feel like there's a giant caveat is that like, oh, or yeah, the caveat is you need to start off with like, a few $1 million to get started. Once you have that, then, here's what you do. Because I honestly think that's what he did is like explain how to do a successful business if you already had, a seed money, a sufficient amount of seed money. So, I don't know. Ugh. I mean, and really, because every industry is continually trying to improve their processes, trying to cut down on, their costs, trying to produce a better product or service. Like that is capitalism at the core. Like, how do we make this better, cheaper? I mean, even if the savings don't reach the end customer, which, often happens, um, like they're still trying to cut the fat or whatever they can do. So let's see. I also noticed that we're building it kind of sideways now. I don't know how I feel about that. We might also. Oh, wait a minute. That's almost deadly. I just realized that too. Hmm. Yeah, not so much, and then I'll build a couple more, but we'll fill that one in last. And even if I change my mind and decide that I think I like a square better, which I probably will. I mean, my idea is to like have it like an Emerald City kind of floating up here, and then from over there we can even have a rail that comes over here. I don't know. I need to figure out how to switch rails, like make multiple uses or change directions once you're on a track. Like, I wonder if that exists. So that's gonna take some research and stuff, but or not. And maybe I'll try to play with it. But like already given what I know, it seems hard to do when it's in motion. Okay, wait. Nice. Ah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm still waiting to get invited to Casa Bonita. I'm wondering though. I'm wondering if I'll get invited or get a restraining order. No, I'm just kidding. And that's how you know you wrote a good review or you did a good, project or essay. No, I'm kidding. Basically, this is a referring to, for those that don't know, Casa Bonita is a very famous Coloradan restaurant. It's like it's beautiful house or bonita, pretty beautiful and house casa. So and oh, one of my favorite parts about it is because she had such a thick, Hispanic accent. I don't even know where we're from. Could be anywhere. Doesn't matter. It's American, in my opinion. It's because, it's Central American, South American, North American. Like, it's all the same stuff, in my opinion. And it should be. Like, we should have like a America's passport that just works for everywhere. Oh, but no, we don't. We have the immigration crisis. So, we're trying to circumnavigate that or at least provide a workaround, or at least I am. I mean, I'm trying to. I wrote that to the governor here, and which I don't do that often. Actually, that was the first time. I'm still kind of nervous about it. I don't know how I feel about it. Let's see. Make a platform. About. If you look straight up, and then once it there. Oh, add a couple. Ah. Yeah, trying to build stairs. Anyways, no, the immigration thing, because it isn't Mexico. In fact, a lot of it isn't Mexico. A lot of it is like just everywhere else down there. I mean, not trying to like generalize it in a bad way, just saying that, you know, a lot of people are trying to approach this problem with like the mindset that, oh, just ship them back across the border. Well, that doesn't really, no, the bus stops right in Mexico and then they get dumped there. And so then it's a problem for Mexico too. I mean, it's not like, all right, there we go. Now we can just seal this off. Um, and so I don't know. It's just, actually, as I'm doing this, I don't know if I should be doing that or just like how we've been doing everything else, like keep it hollowed out. I mean, I know we have like infinite emeralds, but at the same time, I mean, we don't really have to do that kind of flex. I'd rather the flex of like seeing 50 pyramids rather than two completely filled massive pyramids. I mean, I don't know. Maybe at some point I might do the whole like build height, whatever. But until then, ah, see, even right there. Am I not doing this right? I guess that's okay. Yeah, we'll just do this way. No, so I just like that the idea of like kind of a DMZ, a demilitarized zone, or like a mutual border, just like widen the border. And I'm not saying like where there's people currently living. And see, that's the problem with Yemen going on right now, is like there's people living there on that border, and it's like if it goes one way or the other, I mean, all that violence and everything. So it's, oh wait, are we gonna have to? How is this gonna work? Because there it was easy because it was like there. So I almost need to. Uh, Either that or for every single one, I can do two off of that. It's kind of janky, but yeah, it works. Anyways, and you know, I don't know if someone else has already tried to thought of this or tried the logistics, but it seems to me that if we had the right amount of funding, and say there was a few fundraisers, I mean, I know that Olivia Juliana raised millions for abortion care access or you know that kind of healthcare access, like in like a weekend or something. I don't know. It was ridiculous, but and it was awesome. I mean, I applaud her efforts. I mean, granted, however you feel about that, like just the ability to create workarounds when something seems oppressive to you. I mean, not saying that like, you know, that's a very slippery slope to start undermining laws and whatnot. However, you know, if you feel like a government has run amok, then you have certain, I don't know, see, that all sounds bad. But you can go somewhere else to do it. Like, you can respect the local areas. And that's what they do, you know, in Europe and like the Middle East and stuff. I mean, I feel like it's, you know, people travel, people go out and about, and then it's like, oh, you know, people are normal here. And I don't know, it's not to get anyone in trouble or anything, but that's. See, this is actually coming along pretty quick. I mean, just got to dress up a little bit. I do need some more terracotta because I can already tell. I mean, or maybe as long as I just do this every time. But then, like, just that doesn't really work here. Oh, I guess it does. I just can't do it from this angle. Because now what I got to do is like that. Oh, that's gonna be. So then by that right, then we gotta do that. Oh, see? And see, that's computer science in a nutshell. You develop an algorithm or a method, which, whether it's successful or not, I'm kind of jabbering and now I don't think that worked because that last one, see, oh, these were close to the point, whereas this one, not. So then it's like I have to do that, but then is it going to run into the same issue? Yes. How does that even work? Just got that weird. Solutions to problems. So, I mean, this works. You could even do it this way, so you don't have to like creep. You can turn around and do it in hindsight. Pew. So just like the aquaponics idea, like I was thinking, you know, places that are having trouble, well, like Yemen, and like, places in Africa, all the war-torn places, Ukraine. I mean, the food instability, like while we rebuild, especially since we're not even done like destroying it. So it's, but like once we get ready to like start rebuilding and everything too, like Russia's like, oh, like all those destroyed lives just for a turf dispute. Like, I mean, and I get it. Like, I mean, the more I start, I'm talking about human psychology and behavior, like, it does make sense. Everybody's out to try to get their own, to provide for their people, their family, insert whatever there. You can ad lib this stuff, but that doesn't justify the behavior. It just explains it. And so, and once you understand the explanation, then you can start problem solving in different ways. Start being more creative with how you go about things. Whoops. Because as it is, like, I mean, you can't change these things overnight, but a lot of these things just seem inefficient, wasteful, and it just seems like we're fixing everything after the fact. Like we're trying to, you know, fix a leak in a boat with a bucket, and we're just like shoveling the water out. Oh, there's a mistake. I'm gonna have a, and even that's, yeah, I'm gonna have to get some more terracotta. Oh, whoops, no, we're actually needing those. It's getting ready to build the next section. All right. Anyways, and the best that I can hope for, at least for now, is just to inspire people to try other things, bold solutions to, or modern solutions, however you want to think about it. Um, so yeah, problems, and that is one of the problems: food insecurities in war-torn areas. Even the fact that we have to have war-torn areas, like border disputes, and we've been talking about that, kind of like how the idea of America and how we started, and like England being one of our closest allies, and like now we're very close. Like we're like parents in a family and kids in a family. So, but the kids rebel. They go off to their independence. They wear a bunch of powdered wigs and they throw a bunch of tea in the harbor. Yeah, I know, it sounds weird taken out of context, but that's what they did. They were like, the sons of liberty and all this, and it was only men too, mind you. So now we're even getting better at that. And that's the other thing too. If we think about some estrogen in charge of the world for a while, like let's let women drive for a while, because I'm tired of all this war nonsense. Like, and myself included, I've been I spent a lot of time in the gym. I've been very physical all my life, and at the same time, whew, it's good to take a break, step back, relax. I mean, and like, not saying that women are gonna have the right answer every time, but it couldn't hurt. Like, let's take a swing in the matriarchy direction, and let's be careful it doesn't go the other way, because as it is, like with guys in charge, this is where we're at. It's good. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not horrible. But then it is. There's a lot of dying, and I feel like there could be a lot more solutions. I don't know. I feel like someone somewhere is gonna be like, "Oh, he's not very manly, is he?" or something like that. But then at the same time, not really, because it's like I think we're all thinking it. I mean, I don't know. Segregation of the genders, or no, that's really the sexes. Sorry, the way at least I classify it. Like you can have all sorts of a myriad of genders, but as far as the actual sex, like I don't know. Don't even want to go down that one, because that one, see, that's still trivial to me. Like, granted, yes, like the LGBTQ, the same-sex law for marriage. I mean, that was huge. That needed to happen. That was where people were getting killed over who they loved. And so this identity stuff, I mean, granted, it is very, big, respect heavy and important. I mean, I'm not trying to downplay it by any means, but it's just, ugh, you know, let's take a break, catch our breath, and let's. Because it's also got to be, I mean, it's the throughput. I talk about that a lot. It's like, because when you're explaining things to people, especially people that aren't as familiar with tech, I mean, and that's my realm, that's what I know. So, and I'm still learning every day about that. Everyone is in the tech field. Like, that's why you got your senior level people, and then, yeah, especially with people like switching companies as much anymore. I mean, then you got to learn like multiple systems, and yeah, but there's a reason for it. And you need to be as well. I mean, everybody should be dynamic like that, but especially in the tech industry. I mean, you need to be able to pivot. So, and same should be said for everything. And some of these ideas, like if we lower the price of education, then, healthcare gets cheaper. at least the part where you're paying the labor. I mean, because labor is expensive. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize until they've spent a few years working at places. And even then, they have to really know what they're looking for to understand the concept behind that. Like, and I often think that's why they have the ACT degree at CSU, because it was more like understanding the budget part of a business, especially tech. I mean, tech gets so expensive. Again, not sustainable. And that's costing everybody down the line. Like, I mean, just imagine how cheap Amazon would be if they didn't pay, $100,000 salaries for everyone that touches their code, basically. Like, and I don't know. And I'm like shooting a lot of people in the foot, but at the same time, no, because, well, granted, the other thing is like, how many times can you reinvent the wheel? I mean, seriously, once you've got a good code base going, I mean, you're really just tweaking it at that point and, upgrading it, making it better. You don't need that heavy of a development team for like the whole step. Yeah, let's go see that traveling salesman and his wares. Okay, yeah, I did this so I wouldn't walk into him, so we can have some like lava light. And not much. Oof. That'll take. I mean, I know I can get it, but... Okay, and then... Oh, we only have the one llama, huh? Oops. Hit the llama. Sorry, llama. Alright. Did start building another kind of house, facility, garage, studio, weird thing like that over there. I don't know. I was gonna try to build like a whole, like, village in the Badlands, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I like that. Just turning it sideways. It looks like the helmet from Silent Hill for that one guy with the giant sword. It's pretty creepy. Let's see. Oh, and anyways, the other thing, like, how do you solve problems in the world? And mind you, as a freshman at CSU, we had a class called Current World Problems, where we talked about the diplomacy and the just the politics and the friction that's already currently existing. So, and that was required for all college students. So right there, if you're able to afford higher education or take the gamble to do higher education, then that's the type of thing that you'd be seeing. That's just normal. So, and mind you, this is a class, like, granted it was like a freshman, I know, that one was an actual full credit. I'm trying to remember, there was current world problems, and then there was also, maybe, it's been a while. I'm trying to remember the freshman, like, it felt like a lab. There was a much smaller meeting, and I feel like that was like a one credit thing, whereas the other one, the current world problems, was a massive class of like hundreds of people, and it was a 3 credit class. Anyways, I just forget the name of the seminar. So wait, that's good. Should I do multiple? Yes. We could have like Star Destroyers or ships or something. I feel like it should be better. That's a 10. Well, basically 9 from the center. So 9 on each corner. These are much bigger. In fact, how big is that? Each side is, alright, I can see 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, oh no. 33. Huh, 33 like Illuminati. I'm just kidding. If you don't know what that is, look it up. Google that stuff. Oh, a message. All right, well, yeah. Chapter 4, Season 15. No, Season 4. I believe we're making it. And if not, maybe not, but I'll see, because I'm probably going to record a few. It's a good Father's Day. I mean, had a great day with the kids. Now they're off with their moms, so now it's time to Minecraft, to muse, to work on some projects, to do some Jamboards, and And really, I need to do some research. I keep talking about aquaponics. I looked it up. There is a company in India that's run like it's managed by women, which is awesome. But they do aquaponics, so they're very aware of the concept. And so I'm just thinking food for like feeding a massive population with limited finite resources. How do you make more of a communal food structure? Like at least for the food scarcity and even for people to take a break, like, let people relax, get some free stuff, lean on the food bank for a while, have food banks, and then get on your feet and get going. Because I mean, I saw for the most part, people are doing pretty good. Like they were building things, like there was a bunch of big projects going. It was a little dirty, but I mean, again, like our cities are pretty dirty too. So like, it's. Although I take that back, we do have a bunch of like street sweepers, and there in India, like traffic is kind of chaos. Same with Dubai though. Like I mean, it's organized chaos. Like there's no accidents or anything, which is weird. But the way they drive, they're really trusting of each other. So it's like you couldn't get away with that here. We don't give each other enough faith, and rightfully so. You get a lot of people that really don't know how to drive. Oh. And that's not fair because the United States is massive. So, anyways, that's all for this one. I will see you in the next one. All right. Take care.